Hello, people. We are live. How are you doing? How are you doing, guys? How is it going? Put it in the chat. Who is here? Say hi. Hey, everybody. So, if you can hear me loud and clear, just put in the chat clear. Please put in the chat clear if you can hear my voice clearly and if you can see the screen. Please put in the chat clear, and if you can see the screen and if my voice is audible, please put in the chat clear. Hello Abhishek, hello Nirav. Am I audible, guys? Am I audible? Clear. Nirav posted clear. Amazing, amazing, man. So today we are going, Abhishek posted clear. Thank you Abhishek, thank you Nirav, thank you so much. So today we are going to learn this amazing topic called perfecting your sales pitch. See, I've asked people on how to, like, what is one thing you want to learn about. It's about is it perfecting a sales pitch, is it prospecting, is it objection handling. So most of the people was like, they want to learn about sales pitch because this is one of the major topic, where salespeople get affected or where they are, lacking. So let's get started. Let's not waste any time. Let's get started. So first of all, I would like to welcome you, who all of you who are here, who are investing their time, in learning. And I, at the same time, I would like to congratulate you that you have taken the decision to invest the time at right place rather than, watching Netflix or watching news at this time. So what we will discuss today, what you will learn today. So number one thing is, the first thing that we will discuss today is the problems salesperson face with a bad script. So before getting into solution, we must understand, we must learn what are the challenges a salesperson must be facing because of a bad sales pitch, or because of a sales pitch which is not perfect, which is not fine, which is not tuned, right? Second, what we will learn is, we will learn the reasons why the sales pitch is not good, why they are not able to connect with the client, why they are not closing sales, why they are not able to reach at the right place at the right time. So we will understand the reasons, and understanding reasons is quite, important. It is vital, because if you understand the reasons clearly, then you can eliminate all those bad things which are affecting your sales pitch, and you can put all the good things in your sales pitch, right? Number 3 is, we will understand the process of perfecting your sales pitch. So I'll give you a step by step guide. I'll give you a blueprint. Using that, you can perfect your sales pitch, you can fine tune your sales pitch, you can customize your sales pitch, and you can use a sales pitch very effectively. And there is a bonus at the end. So all of people who are here, who will be with me till the end, will be given a bonus. So are you excited? Are you excited? Please put in the chat, are you excited? Are you excited to learn the process of perfecting the sales pitch? Are you excited? Please put in the chat if you are excited. Just put in the chat E. Just type E if you are excited to learn. Just put in the chat E if you are excited to learn. Yeah, Nirav says yes. Amazing. Cool. Let's move forward. So first of all, I'll take 2-3 minutes. I'll not take much time. So who am I? I'll share a little bit about myself. Who am I? And I will not so that who the people who don't know much about me, they will came to know who am I and from whom you are learning. So this is my picture. So today I'm not showing my face because I'm presenting a PPT. So this is my picture, right? So I'm a sales professional. I'm a mentor and a trainer. I help people, to become better at sales. I have experience of more than 14 years in selling. I started my journey as a homeless boy, and today I'm doing great in sales. I'm living a happy life with my family. I have already trained 100 plus people through my personal training, through my webinars, through my personal coachings. and I'm generating multi-crore rupee business fresh every year, each year, right now, right? So let's get started. Let's get started in this sales pitch. Let's learn how what is sales pitch. So first of all, before getting anywhere, before seeing anything, let's understand what is sales pitch. So according to Google, according to Wikipedia, in selling technique, a sales presentation or sales pitch is a line of talk that attempts to persuade. So I've put the underline the under the three words, these: persuasion, plan, and strategy. So attempt to persuade someone or something with a planned sales presentation strategy of a product or service designed to initiate and close a sale of the product or service. So before getting anywhere, let's understand what is sales pitch, because this is important, right? What we are learning. So as per Google, this is the definition of a sales pitch, right? Now let's get into the first part. So we will cover this training into three different parts. Number one, we will talk about the challenges. Number two, we will talk about the reasons of these challenges, why people are facing these challenges through sales pitch. And number three, we will talk about the solution, how you can perfect a sales pitch, and there will be a bonus at the end. So let's get started. Challenges. Number one challenge. So now guys, I would request you to be interactive. So this cannot be a one way training, right? So I need your attention. I need your you know this thing, your comments, so that I can see what are you learning and what is not, and if I can add anything apart from this PPT, right? So number one thing is not able to get attention of the client. So this is number one challenge people are facing. So when we have a bad sales pitch, now think of example when these credit card guys call you, when these loan people give you a call. So what they talk about, you know how they talk, what is the tone, no now just get remind in your mind the words they use, the tone they use, the you know the pitch they use, and you will came to know that they fail to get your attention. You immediately cut the call, right? Whenever they call you, you just listen who are they and you cut the call, right? This is the example of a worse sales pitch. Not able to secure meeting with the decision maker. So when you are not able to get on the point, when you are not able to you know tell the other person that why you are calling, what is the purpose, and if you are not able to hit at the right point, well, let's say you are playing a archery, and if you are not hitting at the right point, then there is no point, you are not going to win the game, isn't it? So it is very much important to hit at the right center of it, if you really want to get the meeting with the decision maker. So we really want to have a great sales pitch, and if you don't have a good sales pitch, you cannot secure a meeting with the decision maker. Number three challenge they face is the client does not feel connection. As we were just talking about this, credit card guys and loan guys. Now just understand this. Whenever they call you, do you feel connected with them? Absolutely no. Do you feel like, man, why are they calling me? Why are they disturbing me? Why are they bothering me? Isn't it? So you don't feel a connection with them, and this is what happens, especially in high ticket offers, especially into B2B sales. When you call your client, when you call in a company, and your sales pitch is not perfect, your client does not feel connected with you. Your client, he feels like they are wasting their time with you. This is another challenge they face. Another challenge is they use generic sales pitch. Now what do you mean by generic sales pitch? Generic sales pitch is something, which is something like, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. You are just copying and pasting the sales pitch, and whatever you have just said to a person in the morning, you are saying the same thing in the evening, right? And this should not be the case in sales. It should be very customized. The sales pitch should be customized according to the client. So number one, suggestion or tip I give to anybody in cold calling, cold emailing, or while pitching anybody: spend 5 minutes to learn more about your client before calling them. learn about them so that you can customize your sales pitch, so that you can customize your words, you can customize your tone, you can customize your pitch, right? And this is a challenge with most of the salespeople. They do not use customized sales pitch, they use very generic sales pitch, and this is why they face so many, challenges in selling. And this is another reason why they face so many rejections and objections. There are so many objections, right? I don't have time, no, this is not the right time to talk, I'll call you back, give your number to the reception, we will give you a call whenever it's required, okay, thank you for your call, we will come back to you. These are the objections people give you when you are not hitting at the right point, when you are not understanding your customer's pain, when you are not understanding why you are calling and why they should talk to you. Next thing is, like, because you are facing, because you are doing these things, you lose your prospect, you lose your client, you lose your business, right? And you are not able to get the desired outcome also. So when I say outcome, what do you mean by outcome? By outcome, I mean that every call has a different outcome. Let's say, when when I am doing prospecting, so my desired outcome may be to secure just a meeting. When I'm calling the client, let's say third or fourth time, maybe the purpose of the call to secure a meeting for a presentation, for the company presentation, for the introduction. Maybe when I'm calling him after that, maybe I'm calling him to secure a meeting for negotiation or to discuss on the proposal. When I'm calling later on, maybe I'm calling to, to sit on the table to close the deal. So every call has a different purpose, and that need to be understood. So when you have a bad sales pitch, when you are not able to get the connection with the client, you lose the business, you lose the client, you lose the prospect, and you are not able to get the desired outcome. Guys, so far, how is it going? Are you learning something? Are you learning something? How is it going so far? This is part number one, challenges. We have covered the part number one. So this is a short and intense training. I cannot go so much deep in today's training because this is just a 30-minute training, and the topic is so wide. I can talk for entire 2 to 3 days on this particular topic, sales pitch only. And so I'll just give you a blueprint, I'll just give you a roadmap, and you need to figure out how you can use these tactics into your sales. So just quickly put in the chat, are you learning something? Are you learning something? Can you relate with these challenges, what people are facing in sales? Can you relate with these things, what people are facing due to bad sales pitch? Please put in the chat if you're learning something. If you love it, please put love it. If there is aha moment, please put it aha. If you are observing, please put in the chat. So I really want you to participate in this training. This could not be a one-way traffic. This could not be a one-way training. So I really want you to participate in the training. So are you learning something? Have you got anything new in this today's training? If no, please put it no. If no, please put it no. But please participate. Are you learning something, guys? This is the end of part number one of today's training. Are you learning something? So Abhishek says yes. Amazing, Abhishek. Amazing. Thank you very much. So let's move forward. Let's move to the second part of the training, which is reasons. Now, what are the reasons of that? Why people don't have a good sales pitch? What are the reasons that salesperson are not able to connect with the client? What are the reasons why salesperson are not able to secure the meeting, not able to secure the close? So let's get into the reasons. Number one reason which I have seen into my career, which I have seen, after observing so many people throughout the industry, is they are not prepared. They are not prepared for the sales pitch. Most of the people are like, all right, I was just eating food. I just picked up my phone and let's call somebody. I was speaking to some of my friends. Let's pick up the phone. Let's speak to the client. I was speaking to my boss. Let's pick up the phone. Let's speak to the client. I was just sleeping. I just woke up. I just pick up the phone and I just called the client. Most of the people are not prepared. Most of the people have not worked on their sales pitch. Most of the people have not worked on their tonality. Most of the sales people have not learned anything about their prospect, about their customer. For example, let's say I am giving this sales training in this group, because I know that all of the people in this group are the people who are into sales or in any manner are related to sales, right? And they want to get better into selling. They really want to learn something. This is why I'm giving this training over here. Let's say I am giving this training in a group, which is something like buy and sell group, or like a beauty shop group. Would it be any connection between my training and those people? Absolutely no, because I need to understand who who is my audience, right? So in the same manner, a salesperson has to understand who is your customer. When you understand your customer, you can customize the sales pitch, you can customize the words you are using, and you can use these words very effectively, right? Number two, the second reason is they are not trained. And believe me guys, like persons are the worst, people in who invest any sort of resource in self development. They do, like I've rarely seen any salesperson who read book. Stat says that almost 98% salespeople do not read more than one book a year. They do not train yourself. They do not get into any professional training. They are just doing sales because they got a sales job and they are doing sales. And because they are not trained, this is why their sales pitch is costing them money. Now, third reason is they do not plan the call. As I told you, no, every call has a different purpose. Every call has a different objective to come. Every call has a different motive. You cannot think that all right, I'll just pick up the phone, I'll just speak to the client, I'll give my 100% all, and God will see and something good will happen to me. It does not work. This is like things does not work that way. You have to plan the call. You have to invest your 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes before making the call. You have to go to LinkedIn. You have to see the client. Who is the client? Where has he worked? Who are the connections? And you have to be clear in your mind what is the outcome I really want from this call. It should not be like you are making the call to secure a meeting and you end up with a with client saying that all right, send me an email, I I'll revert on that. Give me your company introduction and I'll see what is in it. It should not be like that. Your motive should be clear. Your objective should be clear in your mind before making the call, right? Another reason they give is the delivery. Guys, it is like boxing. It is like swimming. It is like cycling. See, you cannot practice swimming in the Olympic, isn't it? And this is the biggest mistake salespeople do in sales is they practice the sales pitch with the salesperson, sorry, with the customer, and at the end this costs them money, this costs them sales, this costs them close, this costs them the customer, right? So as a salesperson, you have to practice the delivery. You have to practice it with with your peers, with your trainer. If you don't have anybody, practice at the front of camera, practice in the front of mirror, practice with your child, practice with your spouse. You have to practice the delivery. You have to practice the sales pitch before, like every day, daily. This should be a daily task. You have to practice it. You have to get better at it. And how do you become better? Let's say, let's talk about going, building a good body. How do you build a good body? When you hit gym daily, on daily basis, when you hit the gym on daily basis, then you have a good body, isn't it? So you have to practice the sales call in a controlled environment. So whenever we are speaking with the client, this is not a controlled environment. We there is no scope of making mistakes, right? And most of the salespeople, they do not spend any time in practicing. They just go on field. Let's say, let's talk about cricket. So they do not do any net practice. They just go on field. Let's think I'll hit a six, and this does not happen. You have to practice. You have to practice at home. You have to practice it with somebody whom you are familiar with. You practice with your child. Practice with, like, record yourself. See yourself. How are you delivering the sales pitch? And this is how you get better at it, isn't it? Guys, are you learning? Are you loving something? Are you loving it? Are you getting some new idea? Please put in the chat. Please put on the chat. Can you relate with any of these words? Can you relate with any of the reasons? Is it something which which, which you are doing? Is it something which you will improve from now? Have you learned something that you will inculcate in your sales habits? Please put on the chat. Yeah, let's move forward. All right. Another reason why their sales pitch suck is they do not understand the challenges of client. See, this is very important. This is why I put it in the last. You have to understand the challenges of the client. You have to understand, you know, why the customer will pick up your phone, why the customer will spend some time, and how are you benefiting the client. So there are many aspects in this, but the number one thing you have to understand is what is costing your customer by not having your services. You should have the answer to this question. You should have the answer to this question. For example, let's let's take example, general example. Let's say, what will cost somebody, any salesperson who has not gone through any sales training. So it costs him money. How much money? You can just figure out how much sales he's making. He could have doubled his sales, he could have tripled his sales, and you can see how much money he's making now and how much money he could have made if he was trained properly. How much commission he's making now, how much commission he could have made if he was trained properly. So you should know, right, what is your customer, what is the biggest pain, what is the biggest challenge your customer is facing right now by not having your services, by not having your product. And you should master this thing. This is very vital. This is very important, right? Guys, are you learning something? Please put in the chat. Are you learning something? Please put in the chat L if you are learning. Please put in the chat L if you are loving it. Please give me a love, give me a heart. If something new has hit you, please put in the chat what new you have learned today. We have an amazing audience today, and let's see how what we are learning. What is something you have learned today, and what are the things you will try to inculcate in your sales habits from today itself. Let's move forward. All right, let's talk about the solution. Now this is quite amazing, right? So two I'm sorry. So two parts of the training are already covered. We have already talked about the challenges, the problems the salesperson face due to the bad sales pitch when the sales pitch is not good, and the reasons why salespeople have bad sales pitch, why their sales pitch suck, why they are struggling with their sales, why they are struggling with their sales pitch. We have already spoken about the reasons. Now we are moving to the solution. So guys, as I told you, I do not have, like, we do not have so much time today to go so deep in these solutions. I'll give you a roadmap, I'll give a blueprint today so that you can use this blueprint to make your sales pitch better, right? So guys, are you with me? Are you learning something? Please put in the chat, are you learning something? We are already down almost 50% of the training, today's training. So please put in the chat, are you learning something? Please give me a heart if you have loved today's training, if you have learned anything new today. And don't forget, we have a bonus at the end. Yeah, much waiting. All right, let's move forward. Let's talk about the solution. Number one thing you have to do is you have to make your customer avatar. You have to make your customer. Abhishek, thank you for putting that L. You have to make your customer avatar. So what do we mean by customer avatar? Customer avatar means, you know your customer as you know your best friend. You know the qualities of your best friend. You know what your best friend like. You know what your best friend don't like. You know, right? That what newspaper your best friend read, what type of websites he see. You know each and everything about the best friend, what type of clothes he wear, where do he go on weekends, what do he do on weekdays. You have to understand the psychology and demography of your customer, of your client, of your prospect. This is called customer avatar. This is called customer avatar. I can give a separate training on this particular topic only, but so far just understand this. You have to understand the importance of creating the customer avatar. If you cannot create the customer avatar, you cannot connect with the client. You will not be able to close them. You will not be able to feed feed them with the value. Next, the next solution of know the sales pitch is how you can improve your sales pitch is know the pain area of the client more than the client himself, more than the client himself. Now this could be scary. This could be, you would be something like, hey Imanshu, what are you saying, what is it, you know i I can understand the emotions going through your mind, but this is vital. This is really vital. You have to know the pain area of the client more than the client himself. The client should understand that, man, this person has done some homework. He knows about me. He knows about my industry. He knows about my domain. He knows about my company. He has done some research. He has, read some news about my company. Know how much, funding we have got. What is our sales? Know what is the condition inside. How, know you should also understand that what are the how the employees are talking about this company. You can go on glassdoor.com or something. You can read how are the employees satisfied with this company or not. So this is how, when you understand these things, when you learn these things, you can go on LinkedIn, you can go on Quora, you know you can go on some important websites where you can get some information about the company. And by then you will connect with the client, when you will exactly point out the pains of the client, when you will exactly point out the challenges of the client, in the sales call. The next step you have to understand is the initial 20-30 seconds are crucial to get the attention. So whenever you are in the sales call, let's say, let's take example. Whenever you see any video on YouTube, Facebook, you see, when this video can retain your attention initially, right? Maybe to 20 or 30 seconds, you watch the video ahead. You watch the video more for some more time. When this video cannot get the attention for initial 10, 20, 30 seconds, you do not watch the video more, isn't it? And this is a similar case in selling. This is the exact similar case in selling. You have to understand the value of initial 20-30 seconds. This is the time where you build rapport. This is the time where create your image. This is the time when you create your aura. This is the time when you earn the right to speak more, right? And this is the next step. When you won the initial 20-30 seconds, now you have earned the right to ask. Now you have earned the right to speak more. Now you have earned the right to discuss with the client for next 10-20 minutes. And how can you earn the right? You have to win the initial 20-30 seconds. In next couple of slides, I'll teach you how you can win these seconds. But for now, just understand this. You have to win the initial 20-30 seconds, because these are quite crucial. These are very crucial to get the attention. Now just think of that moment when these credit card guys call you, when these loan guys call you. So they fail to get your attention in the initial 20-30 seconds, and this is why you cut the call. At least I do. I just cut the call. I don't even bother to answer their call. So this is something you need to understand, right? Next thing, always answer these two questions even if not asked. Always answer these two questions even if not asked. Now what are we talking about? We are talking about the objections customer has, right? So now I'm giving you the tool, the magic stick to handle the objections before they come to you. So whenever calling to somebody who don't know you, whenever you are making call, whenever you are making cold email, whenever you are making a video for somebody, you have to answer these two questions even if not asked. These are crucial. These are two questions which are always running through your customer's mind. They are thinking about them. Maybe they are not talking with you. Maybe they are not sharing with you, but they are these two questions are already running in your customer's mind. The questions are, the number one question is, what is in it for me? The number one question is, what is it for me? So in short, we call it WIFM. Sometimes we call it, this is the best FM frequency, right? That you could at where you could be. So because your customer is on a particular frequency of FM called WIFM. He listens to FM called WIFM, and you have to be on the same frequency. You have to answer this question, what is it for me? And the second question you have to answer is, why should I care? Unless you don't answer these two questions, you are not in the game. You are nowhere in the game. Don't just think to make the sale. Don't just think to secure any meeting. Don't just think to get any outcome of the sales call. You have to answer these two questions at every email, at the sales call, at the email, at the video. You have to learn the art of telling answers of these two questions, right? Guys, before moving forward, are you learning something? Are you learning something? Please give me a love. Please type LOVE love if you are learning something. If you have loved it, please type LOVE love if you have loved it. If you have loved this concept, how you can master your sales pitch, please type LOVE love. Now tell me, would these things will help you? Would these things will help you? Just type in the chat help. Just type in the chat help. Yeah, H. Type H if you feel that these things will help you in fine tuning your sales pitch. And this is not the end of the training, guys. This is not the end of the training. We have so many things to cover from now. So far, have you learned something? Will these things help you in fine tuning your sales pitch? Yes. Yes, L. Amazing, guys. Thank you so much for participating. Amazing. Another thing. Clear the intention. Now, see, so many times, salespeople make the call, and they think or they try to behave like they are not selling. They try to behave that they are not making this call to sell. They try to make an image that, man, this is just a general call, this is just a high level call, we are not selling you. And believe me, guys, the client knows you are selling, right? Client knows you are selling. So you have to clear the intention. You can clearly say, sir, I'm calling you to talk about this particular thing. I'm calling you so that we can talk about this particular thing that you may need from now, right? You have to clear your intention. Yeah, amazing. Now I will teach you how you can actually use these things in a script. I'll give you a script. Now this is the time of bonus. This is the time of bonus. I'll teach you. I'll give you a sample script, a sample sales script, which has all these elements which I've already taught you so far. Now, please put in the chat. Bring it on. BIO. Just type in the chat BIO if you want to learn this bonus. If you're excited to learn about this bonus, if you want to learn this sales script, I'll give you exact sales script, which you can use in your sales call, in your sales meeting, in your email. But please type in the chat BIO. Bring it on. Please type in the chat BIO so that we can get started, we can move forward, and we can learn more things. Yeah, please type in the chat BIO. Guys, everybody on live, please type in the chat BIO. Bring it on so that we can learn more about the sales script. Let's get into the bonus part. Yeah, amazing, Abhishek, thank you. All right, Nirav, BIO, amazing. All right, now this is how the script goes. This is how the sample script goes. And to add, if you want more help about it, you can just comment or you can just reach out to me in DM. I'll help you how you can use this script in your particular sales industry. But for now, I'll give you a sample sales script which you can, from where you can get idea and you can just implement this practical sales you know strategies in your sales. Number one, so first of all, you say, let's say hi, short intro. Let's say So what do you mean by short intro? Let's talk about this. What is short intro? For example, I am working in a company like Oracle, Wipro, HCL. So this is a brand. This is a company which people know. This is a company which people recognize. This is a company which people care about, right? So let's say when I'm calling, I'm working in a company like Wipro. So maybe I will call like, hi, my name is Himanshu. I'm calling from Wipro. So what will happen is this first line will get the attention. All right, I got a call from Wipro. Oh, let's see. What is it? Hi, my name is Himanshu. I'm calling from Wipro. And on the other hand, let's say I'm not calling from a recognized company, recognized place, recognized organization. So then what I will do? So let's say I'll just say, hi, my name is Himanshu. I'm calling from Delhi. That's it. Hi, my name is Himanshu. I'm calling from Noida. That's it. I'll give a very short intro because now my company ABCD Limited does not have any value. They don't know him. This is a new company or very small company, though they don't have any face value of the company. So I will not use the company name now because this can be confusing, this can be challenging, and I do not want to get into the discussion of who is the company, where is it, what is the turnover. I do not want to get into this discussion at the initial stage. All I want is the communication going forward. So I'll just say hi, my first name, or you know just my first name. My name is Himanshu, not Himanshu Mittal. Hey, my name is Himanshu. I'm calling from Delhi. That's it. And quickly I move forward. No. Hi, my name is Himanshu. I'm calling from Delhi. Am I speaking with Mr. Let's say Abhishek or Neera or somebody else? So why now this line is very important. Why, am I speaking with Mr. This? Sometime you know that this contact number belongs to this person, but sometime it happens that when you call, when you finish your script, then you came to know that the right person did not pick up the call, but the other guy did, right? And now as we are working from home, most of our clients are maybe working from home, and it may happen that somebody in their house may pick it up their call. So we really want to avoid this thing, and we really want to be sure that we are speaking with the right person. This is the reason number one of putting the second line. The reason number two of putting the second line is we really want this conversation to be customized. This should not be general. This should not be like, hey, my name is Himanshu, I'm just talking about this. So I so when I say the name of the person, this person understands that okay, this call is specifically for me. This call is has something which is about me. So when I say their name, so it should be like, hey, my name is Himanshu, I'm calling from Delhi. Am I speaking with Mr. Abhishek? Am I speaking with Mr. Neera? Yeah. So when I say this, the other person may be like, yeah, yeah, you are. Now I'll get into the third thing. I'll try to find a common ground. This is very important. Why? Now understand this. Understand the psychology of the customer. Now understand the human psychology. As a salesperson, you must be a psychologist, a psychiatrist, right? Psychologist, as in you. When people have something in common, they are more likely to have good friends. Let's say uh, we let's say I am in Kolkata and I meet somebody who belongs to my hometown, right? Let's say I'm in Kolkata for some official work, and I met somebody just on the road who belongs to my hometown. So let's say oh, you are from Noida. Oh, I'm also from Noida. We are good friends, you know. And when we both are in Noida, we may not talk to each other, but when people are away from the house and when they say there is something common among them, they become familiar, they become good friends. So when you find anything which is common among you and the client, you become their friend. They are more likely to like you, they are more likely to speak more with you. So you may share like I got a contact from LinkedIn, I got a contact from this person, I got your reference from there, uh, we just met on a expo last year, I got your mail from there, I got your number from Yellow Pages, I got a number from my friend, something like that. Then he may ask, what is the name of the friend. So if you can really share the name of the friend, then you are more likely to speak more, then you are more likely to discuss more on the topic. So try, if you don't have any common ground, forget this line, right? But if you have any common ground, try to find and try to use this common ground. So like I use LinkedIn so much in prospecting. So me personally say, so hi, my name is Himanshu, am I speaking with Mr. This? Yes. So yeah, Mr. Prospect, I got a number from LinkedIn, and I was just going through your LinkedIn profile, and this is how I build up a common ground, because now he understands that okay, this person has gone through my LinkedIn profile. This LinkedIn profile is belongs to him, and I am talking about that LinkedIn profile. Now this becomes the common ground, right? And now this is the art now, like this is not something you can just say, at any tone. You have to learn the tonality, you have to practice it. And so today I'm just giving you the script, I'm giving you the blueprint how you can use it, right? Now what next? This call is regarding, now you will share the pain or the gain of the client. And understand this, we just talked about this thing, just give me a sec. We just talked about this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Give me a sec. We talked about in solution. Clear the intention. We just talked about this thing, clear the intention. Clear the intention, and this is what you have to learn here. Here what we are doing, we are clearing the intention. This call is regarding. We are specifically mentioning this thing. This call is regarding what? We will share the pain of the client, we will share something gain. Let's say, this call is regarding, how you can save your electricity by 20%, something like that, uh, so you will clear the intention in the initial. So this, everything you are doing in less than 20 seconds, everything, whatever I'm mentioning over here, it will be delivered in less than 20 seconds. And this is how you will get the attention, right? Then you ask the question, you ask the permission. All right, now how the script will go. Hi, my name is Himanshu. Am I speaking with Nirav? Yeah, speaking. Hi Nirav, I got a contact from Abhishek, and he's a very good friend of mine. And this call is regarding to talk about a free sales training that I would be delivering over perfecting a sales pitch. Do we have 10 minutes? 10 minutes. How does it sound? How does it sound? Now, guys, please put in the chat. How does it sound? How does it sound? Does it sound appealing? Does it sound appealing to you? You want more help in understanding, in implementing these script in your particular industry. I'll help you later on, right? So don't hesitate to reach out to me. Don't think again. But till now, or for now, just learn about it. Just learn about it. How will it go? So, after this, what we will do? Do we have 10 minutes? Yeah, he will say, yeah, yes. Or he will say, no, not now. Can you call me? Can you call me at 2 p.m.? Sure, I'll give you a call at 2 p.m. Right? So you will ask the permission. Maybe he's busy. Maybe he's doing something. So that is why it is very important to ask, for the permission. Then what you will do is you will introduce again. Now you will give a brief introduction. Initially, you introduce yourself with, you know, just your name or the city or the company name. Now you will introduce you again, within 2 4 lines mentioning who you are, your capabilities or results, maybe something like that. Hey, my name is Himanshu Mittal. I'm a sales trainer. I've been helping people with their sales, and I've trained more than 100 plus sales people in improving their sales, and I have more than 25 testimonials, and I have proven records who have been benefited from my sales training. Now what I'm doing, I'm building the rapport. I'm giving him the reason why should he believe me. Initially, I gave him the reason why should he listen to me, why should he give me 10 minutes. Now I'm giving him the reason why should he believe to me. Who am I? Right? Next, next, man, guys. Next is very important. Is start with asking right set of questions. People do mistake is they keep on talking, 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 talking. Do not continue talking. Start with the questions and not just any questions. Right set of questions. You have to prepare a questionnaire. You have to understand what are the common questions in your industry. You have to understand what could be the possible answer of this question. You have to understand that you will not be asking closed-ended questions. You must be asking open-ended questions. So this is very important. You have to work on this. So whatever I'm sharing with you, this is not this is not something quick learned. I have spent more than 14 years into selling, and I am sharing my experience, my personal experience. I have gone through so many failures, and this is how I've learned. I'm sharing this knowledge with you. Yeah. So guys, did you learn something? Did you learn something? Please, please put in the chat if you learned something. And all right, now, can I ask you a favor? Can I ask you a favor? Please type in yes if I ask you a favor. Please type in why if I ask you a favor. Yeah, why for yes. Please type in why if I can ask you for a favor. Please type in why if I can ask you for a favor. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So guys, I am putting in a link in the chat. This is the link of a form. This is a link of a Google form, and I want you to fill this form. I want you to fill this form. Can you do this for me? Can you fill this form? Can you fill this form? For all the knowledge I've given you so far, for all the information I've shared with you so far, for all my hard work, for all this PPT, making PPT, putting my knowledge over there, can you fill this Google form? Can I expect this minimum thing from you? Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. You have been an amazing audience. Thank you being with me, and I'll meet you again with some amazing things which will help you in improving your sales. And let's have a good night. Let's have a good sleep, and let's meet next time when I have something very special for you. Yeah. Bye bye. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye.